Welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been with us before. In this video we make our way across to Applecross and then we descend the infamous Bealach.
I don't know where I've been, I don't know where I'm going.
After one last look at those towering cliffs, we headed down to Torridon. After a couple of miles we eventually arrived at Torridon. We weren't sure what to expect, but we checked in this car park here on passing, and as we suspected it was already full of motorhomes and vans, so we'd need to drive further on into the village to see if we could find somewhere to park. It was so calm. The surface of Loch Torridon was like a sheet of glass. We're not used to this calmness, but we'll take it over the wind and rain that we had at the start of this trip. Found somewhere, and what a beautiful spot it was, overlooking Loch Torridon. Torridon was a very quiet little village with not a lot happening, so we're actually going to move on a bit further and get more towards Applecross. Clear, Bernie.
From my dusty lips hangs a pack, smoke, cigarette that I picked up off the cold ground. Been trying to break these patterns, but it looks like they'll stick around. At least I won't lose my rhythm or my
Turning off the A96, we took this unclassified road that runs around the peninsula of Applecross. And to be honest, I was really surprised to find out that it only opened in 1976. Up until then, you had to take your chances on Bealach if you wanted to get to Applecross. And it's quite a challenging little road, little being the word. I was concerned that Bernie'd done a lot of driving on these wee roads, so I offered to take over for a while. You drive some of this and then I'll just video the other bit. See, I am serious, Bernie. Let me drive some of this.
I'm just going to take it at my own pace.
Yeah. He was happy to continue. As in a lot of channels that we actually watch, there seems to be one person that does the driving and one that does the filming. So, status quo maintained, we continued on our journey towards Applecross. Little did we know just how far 24 miles can feel on roads such as these. towards lunchtime by this point, so we thought we'd pull over, and what a better place to do it than at the side of this beautiful loch. We were just going to have a bit of a snack, so we didn't bother actually getting in and setting everything up inside Buddy. We quite often cook from the outside, just reach over, put the kettle on, jobs are good. A short while later we were back on the move. Coming up to this viewpoint, we just had to stop. That view was just beautiful, and it was overlooking some islands. It was pretty windy out there though. Sat here out of the wind looking at the islands of, what did I say? Rassay and Rona? I'll have to go, I can't remember now.
It was definitely Rona.
Rona, the one on the end. What's that one? Is it Rassay?
Rassay, yeah.
Rassay and Rona. Like I said earlier, this 24 miles seemed to be going on forever. It was stunningly beautiful, but time was ticking on. We really needed to get to Bealach. We didn't want to be going down it in the evening. Finally we could see the bay, and we'd made it to Applecross. I'm currently standing in Applecross, just had a bit of a breather here and a walk. It's just a row of very pretty fishing cottages and a pub, so if you need refreshment there's no need to worry on that count. There are toilets here, 75p though to go. Not to worry, if you need it, you need it. And all the money will go into the local community, so you can't complain at that. So now, having had this break, we're about to tackle Bealach. You'll not make it in third, you'll pretty much be in second most of the way. The ascent up to the top of Bealach looked as though it was going to be a long steady climb up from Applecross coming in this direction. We were approaching from the west and heading down Bealach to the east. We had finally reached the summit, and on a clear day you can see the mountains on sky, But today you couldn't see anything, so I've had to use a library picture to give you the view. And as we started our descent towards the top of Bealach's steepest point, the clouds cleared just a little, just enough for us to get a bit of a view. Oh my god. Bloody hell, I'm glad we're going down, Bernie, not up. Oh, shoot. My god. We pulled into the parking area to get the obligatory photograph. And whilst there we got talking to the couple who had this rather large motorhome. He wasn't sure how it was going to go. Well, there's a delay on yours, isn't there? When you press record, it's going, it's alright. journey? So we're down. How was that for you, honestly?
Hard work, concentration, it's all concentration.
Yeah.
Trying to look ahead to see if you can let it go a little bit without.
Well, the brakes certainly smelled pretty warm.
I'm not surprised, even though you have it in a high gear, you know.
Yeah.
It's got to be third. If you put it in second, it's not. It's
Yeah.
grinding too high. You've got to
Yeah.
be in third, and then try and keep your speed to that, so that you can use that
To slow
as
you
well
down.
as your brakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's times that you just can't. You can't on the bends and that. You just got to
Yeah.
put your clutch down and brake. Really.
Yeah. Well done anyway. Have a breather. Well done, buddy. We will say one thing. I think doing it. Oh, sorry, bumpy road. The way that we did it anti-clockwise, so we really came down the steepest bit, didn't we? I mean, it was bumpy enough and hilly enough coming up the other side, but nowhere near as bad as that would have been. So I think it was right to do it that way. Thanks for coming along with us on our journey today across to Applecross and to the very exciting Bealach Bar. To be honest, I'm a bit of a nervous traveller. I'm a bit of a control freak. I don't like sitting passenger, especially when there's steep drops at the side of you, but Bernie's a really good driver and I was very confident in him. It was just me being a little bit more nervous than I needed to be. It was okay. You have to keep it in a low gear, but sometimes the momentum takes you too fast to stay in second, and Buddy was over revving, so we did have to use the brakes quite a lot, which meant they were pretty hot by the time we got to the bottom. So although the spectacular scenery of the Northern Highlands is behind us a little bit now, please stick with us and join us next time when we head further south, visiting Plockton, very pretty little village, on through Fort William and Oban and all the way down to the tip of the Mull of Kintyre.